Do you know that most visitors visa rejections in the UK usually comes from weak documents or missing documents? And today I'm going to be sharing with you my experience filling and applying for my mom's visitors visa in the UK. So take this from someone who has applied for two visitors visa in the UK and successfully gotten it, and also from experiences from my friends and family around. So stay with me and I'll talk you through the documents, the essential documents that you need to apply for a visitor's visa in the UK, especially if you're applying for your parents. So you guys know that I applied for my mom's visitor's visa to the UK and she spent 3 months with me. And then I've taken you through the step-by-step process already. So this video is just part of the series and we're going to be talking about the documents, all of the documents that I uploaded. And I'm going to break them down into different sections so that you'll be able to use this video even if it's not your mom you're applying for, maybe your sister or your friend, or as the case might be. Let's get right into it. So remember that this is not an exhaustive list, and that as the case might be, on a case by case basis, this might be different. And this is not to replace any immigration advice. Neither am I an immigration advisor or anything. I am only sharing based on my experience. My name is Chinaya, and if you are new here, I talk about everything about navigating life in the UK as an immigrant, and I share my life experiences so you can also learn from it. If this resonates with you, hit the like button and subscribe to this channel so that you can always be notified anytime there's a new upload. And there's always a new upload every week. Now let's get right into it. So the first thing you want to look at is the proof of identity. So what she needs a valid passport, or he or she needs, the person needs a valid passport. And please, whatever passport that you are using, don't use a passport that is expiring in another 6, 7 months or 8 months or 9 months, or as the case might be. Please ensure that there's enough validity on that passport, because that might just be the reason for the refusal. And remember that in when you apply for visitors visa, it is not really about, oh, this is what this person used, I have to copy exactly what this person did. No, it's a case by case basis, and the person who is going to be attending to your documents and your application is different from who attended to the other person. So it's always going to be different. Now, we've talked about the passport. Another thing that you need to prove that that person is going to return back. One of the very, very common reasons why visitors visa in the UK is being refused is when people cannot prove that that person will return back to their home country. So if you are inviting someone down to the UK, your documents must prove this, because you're not going to be there to explain to that person to say, this is the reason why you have to approve this visa. Let your documents speak for you. So these are the documents that I use to prove that my mom will return back. First, let's set the pace. My mom is an employee, so she's working in a hospital. And first thing that we want to use to prove is to tell them that this woman has a job, she's gonna go back. And so we asked her to get a letter of introduction from her workplace. And in the letter of introduction, they just state that this so person is our employee. She has been working with us for so number of years, and this is the job role, this is her salary, and we have granted her leave for 3 months to be able to visit her daughter in the UK. Please assist her as possible. So something very easy as that, but it's a letter of introduction that you have to get from the workplace. So this is for somebody who is still working. So now, if peradventure your mom or your dad, the parents that you are inviting, is a retiree, so you need to get maybe the pension documents, the gratuity documents of that particular person, and that will be able to show also that this person will return back. So another thing that I uploaded for my mom to show that she was going to return back is her land document. So herself and my dad own the house that they live in, and so we presented the documents for the house to show that fine, this person has a landed property and she's not going to run away and leave that property, she will return back. Another thing that I uploaded is a letter of consent from my dad to say, this person is my wife, we have lived together for so number of years, we have never been apart this long before, and she's still married to me. I know she's going to visit her daughter in the UK, we have a son that we both look after, and she will return back. So that's one of the documents that we also uploaded. You might say, Chineye, you don't understand my situation. My mom is a businesswoman. She doesn't work with an organization. So fine, is this business registered? Tender the business registration documents. Does this business have invoices, proof of transactions, tender all of this. All the documents that has to do with this business, tender that. That is a proof. What is the bank statement of the what bank is this business using, and do we have a bank statement that shows the inflow and outflow of money for the business? Show that as well. So everything that you know that will show that, oh, this person is earning money back home or has a business that they are committed to back home, show it. Does this person have somebody that they are looking after? Maybe somebody that maybe they have some little children that they are looking after, and then maybe they have the husband, and the husband has already written a consent letter to say, I'll be looking after these children in the period of 3 months whilst my wife is away. Tender all of those documents. Everything that you need to prove that this person is going to return back, please tender it. Don't say, oh, this document is too much. My sister, my brother, tender that document. The next thing that you need to prove is proof of finances. Very, very important. So now let's go to the let's ask the question, who is sponsoring this trip? In my case, it was myself and my husband sponsoring my mom down to the UK. So it means that all of us were going to show proof of finance. So I was going to show proof of finance, my husband was going to show, and my mom is also going to show. Yes, even though she's not the one sponsoring herself, she still has to prove it. She's an adult, she's not a baby. She still needs to prove that she's earning something back home. And she, if somebody is not earning anything and is just there, they might feel like, oh, she doesn't really have anything to go back home to. So please let that person still show their bank statement. I know somebody whose visitor's visa was rejected because they didn't attach the bank statement. And I know somebody who says you don't need to attach the bank statement because the person is not the one sponsoring the trip. My sister, my brother, I beg, attach that upload that bank statement, because it's never too much. You need it. So yeah, just on a lighter note. So bank statement. So my mom submitted her bank statement. I submitted my bank statement. So 6 months bank statement, and my husband submitted his bank statement. No, it wasn't 6 months. It was 3 months. So I used 3 months. And bear in mind, the reason why I used 3 months is because it's only a short trip. So maybe you are bringing somebody in for 6 months. You might want to use a 6 month bank statement. So bear that in mind. But I use a 3 months, my husband uses 3 months, and my mom submitted her 3 months bank statement. Another proof of finance is pay slips. So my mom submitted her 3 months pay slip. I submitted my 3 months pay slip, and my husband submitted his 3 months pay slips. I also submitted letter from my employer. I submitted my certificate of sponsorship. So now that takes me into the person who is inviting you over has to be legal in the UK. If the person is not legal, you just want to put that person in trouble. So I had to prove that I am legal. So that means that the way that I proved that I was legal in the UK is by submitting my passport. I submitted my certificate of sponsorship from my employer. I submitted my letter of appointment from my employer, and I submitted pages of my visa documents in my passport and my passport as well. And I submitted my biometric residence permit. All of this to prove that I am legal in the UK. I remember that it's myself and my husband sponsoring this trip, so he also did the same. Now, another thing that you need to prove is that this person will be able to take care of themselves on this trip, in the sense that where are they going to stay, how are they going to feed. I know that you have already proved that somebody is sponsoring and financing this trip, but they still need to know some little details about where exactly is this person going to stay, you get, and feeding and all of that, little bits and pieces. So this is where the issue of your sponsor has to submit their accommodation details depending on where that person is going to stay. Let's say, for instance, this person is my mom and she's staying with me, so I have to prove that I have an accommodation where she will be able to stay. So that means that I submitted our mortgage documents, our house documents. I submitted utility bill to show that I am paying utility, and that is a proof of address. So I use my council tax as my utility bill. So those are the ways to prove that this person is going to be staying in this accommodation, and these are the provisions that are in place for this person. So another thing is that I wrote a letter of invitation. In this letter of invitation, if you haven't watched my letter of invitation video, please go and watch it. I'll link it somewhere above there. Go and watch the video. It is very detailed. And if you want me to send you a sample copy of the letter of invitation, just write in the comment section letter of invitation and I will send it to you. So now let's continue. So in the letter of invitation, it is another opportunity for you to explain to the visa officer that this person that you are inviting to the UK is going to go back to their home country after the visit, and that you yourself, you have the capacity to sponsor that person in this trip and you have all the provisions in place. So in that letter of invitation, I explained to them that my mom was going to be staying in our house and this is the so document that I'm going to attach to prove this, which I've just explained earlier on. So this is one thing that you need to write in your letter of invitation. I also went further to explain some of the things that we are going to be doing on the while she's with us in the UK. So I explained a few places that we have planned to visit. So this might also be another point for somebody. Maybe you are inviting your friend over or your sister over, and there are some activities that you guys have planned. Maybe you have already booked the event already. You might want to attach all of this as your proof. Now, another thing that the visa officer wants to see is that you said you are inviting your mom, your dad, or somebody to the UK. They want to see proof of relationship. This person you said is your mother. How do we know that she's your mother? So you need to prove this. So the documents that I used to prove that my mom was my mom is uploading my birth certificate. So I uploaded my birth certificate. I uploaded my marriage certificate. All of this shows my name, her name, my dad's name, and this just shows that she is my mom. I also went further, even though they said you don't really need to upload it. I went further to also upload family photos as well. This just shows that this person is my mom. So remember that the goal of this video is for us to send enough documents that can prove our case to the visa officer, because we are not going to be there physically to explain our case. Another thing that you can help yourself with is by showing proof of this trip. So things like flight tickets. Mind you, I didn't do this. I didn't upload a flight ticket. I didn't book any tickets before this application. But I know a lot of people that have done this and they got their visa approved. You can use this one especially when your other documents are not strong enough. Maybe your mom or your dad or the person you are inviting over is unemployed, doesn't have anything to prove that they have any reasons to go back home, no land documents, nothing to prove that that they have something to go back to. You might want to show enough reasons. If you book flight tickets and you show the going the to and fro of that ticket to show that this person will return, let the ticket have a return date, and then this is a good proof to show that this person will return. You can also purchase a travel insurance, which is very important, and I advise that as well, and that was what I did. So you can also buy that as well, and that could also be a proof. And like the itinerary of the visits that I talked about earlier on, those are also proofs, like hotel accommodation, the events that they are going to be attending, all of that and all of that, receipts and all that, just to prove your case. One thing that you should avoid at all costs is to put documents that you cannot explain, unexplainable things or unexplainable documents. For instance, you submitted a bank statement that has some unexplainable cash in it. Please, that's going to get you into trouble. Maybe because you wanted your mom to come visit you 2 months to that time, you put a lump sum into your mom's account, and then it cannot be explained. Or maybe you yourself, you got some cash from nowhere that it cannot be traced to your salary or anything. So those are unexplained cash. You need to be very careful about it. Some people might do it and get away with it, but you never know who your own visa officer will be. That's why you need to be careful. Whatever document you're tendering, please let it be something that is explainable. You are not going to be there to explain yourself. Let it be detailed enough so that they don't start seeing amounts that you cannot prove, and they won't be able to even say, how far, what is happening. The next thing is they will deny that visa. So if the person that you are inviting has a very good travel history, their visa their passport shows that they've been in and out of different countries on visiting visas and they have returned back to their home country, this would be very, very good, very, very good documents to upload. So upload those pages of the countries that they have visited and how they return back home. Very, very strong thing to upload. Another thing to say here is that whatever documents that you are uploading, remember that it is all pointing to the fact that this person is who they say they are. Whoever is sponsoring them is who they say they are. They have enough provisions for this travel. They are not going to be a liability to the UK government, and they will return back home to their home country after the visit. So all of this is what you're trying to prove. So it's not just about scattering documents all over the place, but making sure that all of the documents that you're uploading is proving to the visa officer that you know what you're doing, you are who you say you are, the person who is inviting you says is who they are, and they have enough finances, or you have enough finances to sponsor your trip, and you will return back home to your home country because you have strong ties. I hope this video has been able to explain to you all of the documents that I used and I uploaded for my mom for her visitor's visa when she came to the UK. And I hope this will be able to help you. I will be in the comment section to answer all of your questions as much as I can. Remember, this does not replace any immigration advice, and this is just from my own personal experience. Thank you very much for watching. Bye bye.